Hello, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Hopefully you are a regular subscriber. We have over 27,000 now, thank you. And we're going to approach your topic, how to reconnect with your husband, in a Marriage Foundation way, which is going to be very positive, but it's going to take you to a much higher level. You know, typically when you come across a video like this, you get 7 ways how to reconnect with your husband and those kinds of bullet points of things that you can do. And I'm going to tell you that those ideas don't work because they address marriage on such a surfacey plane that even though as sincere as you may be, as hard as you may try to follow the advice of those who lay out those, we'll call 7 perfect ways or whatever, they just don't work. And it's not your fault. And it's not their fault that that's what they're talking about, because we as a society, and I'm not just talking about American or British or English-speaking society, but the world doesn't really understand marriage. You know, and if you think about it, human beings are evolutionary. I'm not saying there's no God. There is God, obviously, but we evolve. You know, you look at the things that we have learned in the past few hundred years, there's things we just simply didn't know a couple hundred years ago. We didn't know that sound creates waves, that electricity passes through the air. We didn't know these things. We didn't understand about atoms and neutrons and electrons and protons. We didn't understand all those things. And so there's a lot also we didn't understand about ourselves as human beings. We had dogma from every religion. I'm not saying that they're off or wrong, but we didn't really have a scientific way of looking at marriage. And I used to be a divorce mediator over 20 years ago, and when I started to help people with their marriage, I wanted to have a scientific way. I wanted to have something where the dots connected, where the methods and the techniques made sense in order to achieve that which we got married for. And I say that which we got married for, most people can't even answer that. Test yourself. Why did you get married? Now, not why did you marry your husband? I know that, you fell in love with him, he's your soulmate. But why get married at all? Especially in this world where there's over a 50% divorce rate. Why? And right now, your marriage may be super struggling, and you're asking this question, how do I connect with my husband again, because we've fallen apart? We're on the verge of a crisis, which is, by the way, most of the people who get our courses are on the verge of divorce. I'm very familiar with divorce because, as I said, I was a divorce mediator. So I asked the question, why get married? And I've chatted a little bit so you'd have time to think about it. And I'm going to now tell you my answer. My answer is very simple because it's the right answer. And it's going to be embarrassingly simple. You got married to be happy. You got married to be happy. Well, yeah, but no. You got married to be happy. Prime objective. You also got married so that you could experience love. Why? Why are those so important? You know, dogs don't go, gee, what can I do in my life to be happier? And I love dogs, don't get me wrong. Oh, I know, I'll just go over and I'll get scratched behind the ears. But we, as human beings, have this depth of consciousness where we know what real happiness is. We know what real love is. And that's what we crave, because we're souls. You don't have a soul. Let's get that out of the way. You are a soul. You have a body. You have a mind. But you're a soul, essentially. And as a soul, what is a soul? A soul is a composite of love, of wisdom, and of joy. You know, God said, I'm going to create man, meaning mankind, in my image. Well, he didn't mean fingers and toes and belly buttons. He meant this consciousness of love, of joy, of wisdom, so that we could enjoy this creation. And then he gave us this incredible gift called marriage, so that we could learn how to love the way God loves, so that we could appreciate with that joy. We have free will. Why shouldn't we be in joy all the time? It's the first step in getting your marriage back on track. Connecting with your husband doesn't mean doing things together. When you're experiencing real love, and think about it, you've had these experiences, you could just be holding hands, sitting in a dark room, not even talking, and you just feel this love bathing over you. But you don't feel that anymore. Why? Well, primarily because no one taught us about it, and so we don't look out for it. Worse, we never learned how to cultivate it, how to nurture it. And so that's what's missing. That's it. You're missing that connection because you can't see it. And hopefully I'm turning a light on for you now so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now that you know what I'm talking about, it's not so easy to get there. You know, we have 10 commandments. We have rules for life. And you might say, you know, the top rule is love. Love God, love your neighbor. Easy to say until you're confronting a situation where what happens? The mind gets in the way. The mind is defensive. It doesn't want to love the policeman who just pulled you over when you were speeding. Why not? Think how much greater that love is than this minor inconvenience of being pulled over. Yeah, but he blah, 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 blah. No. You see, that's the mind. And that's what's undermining your connection with your husband, is this mind chatter that is being driven by the drive to survive that originates in the biology of your body. Now, I've given you a whole lot. Really, you should be taking the course so you could learn all of this, so you could apply this, and so that you could experience love and joy in your marriage the way you're supposed to. And that connection. That connection is not a light thing. It's everything. You know, one of the definitions that I apply to marriage is that it's an individual spiritual path, because what is a spiritual path but ascending towards love, towards the light? It's an individual spiritual path that we take with our soulmate. Think about that. It's so beautiful, isn't it? It's so precious. If you can visualize it, maybe you need a visualization, holding hand in hand, walking up a beautiful pathway toward the light at the top of the hill, surrounded by angels and beautiful music and sweet air. And it's like that, but better, because it's not confined to the material plane. Because love is not a material thing. Love is a deeply, the most spiritual thing there is. Some people say love is God and God is love. Why not? It's what we all want. It's what we all crave, and it's what we all deserve, and we have the tools to achieve it. Okay, I hope this has helped you. If so, like the video. You could leave a comment if you want. And, you know, don't bother saying, oh, sure, that works unless I'm married to a narcissist. Oh, that stuff is nonsense. You can't label someone a narcissist or a this or a that. We're complex human beings. We have these attributes. And everything is transcended by love itself. Everything. There should be no restriction on the love that you give to your husband. None. And don't just count on the things you do. It should be deep in here. You should feel it first and then express it, right? Now, for those of you who have been subscribers and you've been following me and you go, wow, this guy really gets it. And I do, I really get it. And not only do I get it, but I worked on it for many, many years before we went online. We only went online because I couldn't meet with people anymore because my son died back in 2008. And so what really it's all about, because the Marriage Foundation is about saving marriages, and we do that quite well using our courses. And it's amazing how many we have saved, and you could read our testimonials. But what we're really about is helping people based on where they are at the moment. And so I want to collect hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of TMF trained counselors who agree to do it our way because it works, it's methodical, and it can be articulated. And I'm building an online training program so you can become a TMF counselor. And that includes if you're clergy, we have many subscribers who are, or if you're a therapist now, a marriage therapist, and you've already been using some of my stuff, and you could take it all the way and become part of this group, because we're going to have advertising programs and seminars and all sorts of beautiful, fun things. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to be pre-selling it. We, as an organization, are going to be pre-selling the course at a big, deep discount to entice people, and then I'm going to be working on it. And so let us know. Go to the website and contact our customer support. Let them know you have an interest, and they'll let you know when it's ready for you to sign up. I welcome you in advance because it's going to be a blast. So again, thank you for watching this video. Like it, tell your friends, and God bless you, and take care. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. God bless you.